Truman Talks Law on Great Day Live is sponsored by the Carl Truman Law Office.
Always good to have the Colonel on the show here, as a matter of fact. All right, in A Christmas Story, I know you've seen this movie, Carl, once or twice, like all of us.
Oh, yeah.
Ralphie wanted nothing more than a Red Ryder air rifle, but his mother, his teacher, even Santa Claus, they all kept saying, "You'll shoot your eye out." Well, he did eventually get his Red Ryder. I think he shot it and it ricocheted back and hit his glasses, didn't it? Sometimes parents have to say no. Attorney Karl Truman has reminders about keeping the holidays safe. He does. He shoots it, doesn't he? He comes back and hits him in the glasses.
Yeah, it's been a long time ago. And we all had those as kids, you know, BB guns and things.
But there are things on the market that are dangerous.
Well, and that's what I wanted to talk about today is with the Christmas season coming up and shopping for toys, looking for toys with kids to, you know, I'm always talking about safety and promoting safety. Be able to be an informed consumer to look out for our children and what is safe for them. Right.
They put warnings on them, but one thing that parents sometimes slide on is whether something is age appropriate.
Well, that's right. You know, the kids want something more, maybe more advanced for their age. So, you know, if you look at toys, obviously there's the little age range on them. So you want to make sure that the toy is age appropriate because, as you know, what might be appropriate for a 10-year-old might not be appropriate for a 4-year-old.
And obviously that could create a problem if somebody gets hurt or whatever, and they say, "We told you on the package it was for a 10-year-old."
Yes, and again, so what I'm trying to talk about today is to being safe and being an informed consumer, to know what you're purchasing.
All right, before you buy something like a stuffed animal or things that have various parts on them, shouldn't you give all those things a pull and make sure that nothing's loose?
Looking for quality products, you know, quality workmanship, because, you know, there's, especially for smaller children, when there might be eyes or noses that, you know, kids are going to pull on things, and as we know, children put things in their mouth. So as a guideline, anything, if you have a small child, anything that'll fit through a toilet paper tube, you don't want to let the child have access to it.
Indeed, and then magnets, I saw you list as well, too. I didn't give that a thought.
Well, there's a lot of toys that have these little bitty magnets. And as you know, a child might swallow one, and then, but if they swallow several, then what can happen is that the magnets stick together in their intestines, and it could require surgery to remove them.
Mm-hmm. And then there are obviously some toxic situations too, where there are various chemicals and things that are used in the production.
Well, one of the things that has really come to light now is that some of these children jewelry made in China is being made from toxic chemicals. So my advice is, if you're going to buy your child jewelry, make sure it's made in the United States and you know what the metal content is.
All right, so clearly that's something to watch out for. And then we started off talking about Ralphie from that movie, but anything that shoots something clearly is something that should give you pause.
Yeah, I know, and people our age think about, gosh, when we were kids, nobody thought about that. You know, we all had slingshots and BB guns and all those things. But you know, we're much more safety conscious today, and so if it does have a projectile, whether it's a slingshot or, you know, even Nerf guns, you know, to have adult supervision to make sure that the children are using it responsibly.
And also, when your kids are with you, you should teach them of certain things about being in stores. They get separated from their parents.
Well, one tip that I like is, if you have children, if you go to a shopping mall, teach them that if they get separated from you, to look for a security guard or look for a store clerk. So they have some awareness of what to do in case they do get separated, so they're not wandering around looking for you.
Yeah, I oftentimes see parents shopping with kids, and I'm always thinking they must try to get away from them so they can hide something so they can sneak it home. Carl, good to see you again.
Thank you.
Happy holidays, bro. If you want more information, you can reach Karl Truman online. He's at trumanlaw.com. Twitter, Karl Truman Law. His phone number is 502 and then all twos, 222-2222. And as always, thanks for your service, Colonel Truman.